Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live on WBON TV Channel 9 and on radio at V99.3, Sports Radio 103.5 and Y92.5. Support your favorite local teams and enjoy the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair, the law offices of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Aero Auto Glass. Now let's go live to your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Welcome in, everyone, to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show here on another Monday night in Richmond with snow once again on the horizon. We welcome you into Jack Burford Chevrolet, and school's already been called off for tomorrow, Samantha.
I know, isn't that funny? I came in, I was like, did you hear about all the snow and all the school cancellations?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, Madison County. I was like, I didn't even know.
You need to have somebody on the school board that would tell you these things, right?
You would think.
Wait, aren't you on the school board?
Yes, and I probably did, and I just haven't checked my emails or my notifications.
Well, you're a very busy person. We really appreciate you, squeezing
true.
us in on a Monday night every now and then. And listen,
hey, I'm 4 shows in a row.
I know it might be a record. It's definitely no daughters in high school record.
Probably true.
So, but Super Bowl last night, Eagles, Chiefs, a lot of fun.
Okay, so you were for the Chiefs.
No, I was definitely not for the Chiefs.
You were rooting for the Chiefs, but you probably were betting on the Eagles.
I am a Tom Brady New England Patriots fan. I would not want the Chiefs to come anywhere close to more Super Bowls.
I thought last week you said the Chiefs.
No, I might say no. It was Judge Harden said that he thought the Chiefs were going to win.
True,
I'm like,
true.
So.
No, I was Eagles all the way.
Oh, same.
You know me, I'm usually an underdog kind of girl.
Well, and the thing was, last night I had even told people I think the Eagles blow them out. I did not expect a complete.
In the first
butt
half,
kicking,
especially. Like
Ace Carmichael gives people, but, that's
or
another.
Or a pick six.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
you
there
don't
you go.
expect that in the Super Bowl.
No, not the way, and not for that guy. Patrick Mahomes is the man. But
that first touchdown, though, I think it was the first one where they just pushed him in at that 1 yard line.
That's what they do. How was the maroon thing last night?
The Maroon Fun was fantastic. It was up in the new Baptist Health Arena in the new Colonel area. It was so exciting. There is a huge wall.
Which is
that has
TV,
a TV
right?
on it, a video monitor.
Well, I saw Coach Wells was up there talking on stage. Jerry Goebel gave a little spiel.
Yeah.
Did you get up there and talk at all?
I did not, no.
Okay. Well,
no. But what was fun, Jerry Goebel did the putting thing after, during halftime, so I didn't get to see Kendrick Lamar's performance.
You didn't miss much. Yeah.
Well, that's what I hear. It's very, some people love it or some people don't love it. Yeah. So, and guess who won the putting contest?
John Burford.
No, Jerry Goebel.
Oh, well, that's good then. That's kind of rigged, I feel like.
During the games, he does it. But this time it was you put your money in and then whoever wins gets the pot or whatever. So,
that's fun.
You started out at half court, then you got, to, I think, to the 3-point line, and then it got to, they just kept moving the goalpost closer.
What you're saying is a lot of fun last night at Baptist Health Arena. And even though the EKU
a lot of
men's...
people.
Yeah, a lot of people. That's good, too. A good sign.
And good for student athletes because the money is spread out through everybody.
Even though the men were not playing inside of Baptist Health Arena last week, a really good weekend or a good week for the EKU men's basketball team. They go 2-0 on their road trip to Florida, defeating Florida Gulf Coast on Thursday, the number one team in the conference. Yeah.
And then Stetson is who beat them at home at that buzzer beater.
Yeah, the half-court shot, And here's the thing, too. If you take that half-court shot away, they've won like 7 or 8 straight games.
Yeah.
So
now they're on a 5-game winning streak.
Really impressive. Really impressive. And they come back home.
2 difficult teams to beat.
Yeah, especially on the road. Stetson's good at home, and then you got to go all the way to Florida to play games. So what was the most impressive was the fact that on Thursday, Turner Buttrey was on fire.
Lighting up those threes.
He had, I think, 6 or 7 3-pointers, I believe.
I think so, yeah. And then he's hit now 31 free throws in a row.
So he broke the all-time record for consecutive free throws made at EKU. Hit 31 in a row.
Yeah.
During the last month of the season. Really impressive number for him, and he broke that all-time record over the weekend. And then Jackson Holt.
too. I was getting ready to say, Blanton's got rebounds and points scored. They're setting some records, and at a great time of the year to be doing all
Jackson
this.
Holt, I think, had 22 points on Saturday, a career high for him. He hit like 5 or 6 3-pointers. So they're playing well, and it's everybody pitching in because George Kimball III got injured in that game on Saturday, and they didn't have him for very much of the game.
And I wanted to ask you, do we have any responses?
I haven't
how he's doing
seen
now?
anything yet. But he only played like 2 minutes during that game, so we're hoping
only had
that
like
it's
5 points or something.
Yeah, and for them to win the way they did against Stetson without him was pretty impressive. Again, give credit to Jackson Holt. And
Stetson is the area where he's from, right? So, or is that?
I have no idea where he's from.
I think it's.
I think it's from DeLand, Florida.
I think he's from Florida.
Yeah, so pretty rough day for him, but the Colonels got to win.
It was the Florida Gulf Coast game.
That's where he's from?
That's where his family and friends
in
were
that
all
area.
There. Yeah. So, and I think he did. He didn't start out the game really well, but he finished it.
He did. He had a really good game on Thursday night before getting injured on Saturday.
Yeah.
But Colonels, Montavious Myrick played well, 8 points, 14 rebounds on Saturday. You had Buttrey pitch in with 10 more on Saturday. So the Colonels just keep getting different guys stepping up. We've seen Crawford play well, Meyer Wall. They're a deeper team than they were last year. And now with Kimball out, depending on how long he is out, we'll see how they can keep this train rolling. 5 straight wins for the Colonels. Now they come home for 3 straight games, and it's kind of a quick turnaround. They'll play at home on Thursday, then on Saturday, and then back at home next Tuesday. So you've got 3 games in a span of 6-7 days-ish. Right. So it's going to be very important for them to keep this train rolling, and that's coming in too.
The planes may not be able to get here.
Yeah.
So it's West Georgia who they play Thursday. So you don't know if they're driving, flying.
That's a little bit of a trip.
Yeah.
I would say maybe they're probably – I would think maybe driving in because they'll play Bellarmine probably on Saturday.
Well, let's hope the
West
interstates
Georgia.
are cleared.
Well, we know how good the road department here in Richmond did last time we got the snow.
But
so let's hopefully they keep that going again. Too. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. EKU women, they went 1-1 over the week. Got a win on Thursday and then missed a game-tying buzzer-beating 3 that would have sent the game to overtime versus the number 1 ranked team in the conference, Florida Gulf Coast, on Saturday.
I know, that Florida Gulf Coast, men's and women's.
They're really good.
They're really good, and you got to give it to this women's team. And I'm looking forward to having them come in so that we can talk to some of them because it's been a while. But they've been playing lights out, too. I mean,
they've been playing really well. They got a nice win Thursday night. I was there on the call on the radio side for that one. And now for them, it's all about keeping everybody healthy. They've got a team that if everybody's clicking, they could make a potential run in the postseason. Same for the men. And for the men, right now I think there are 7 teams within 1 game of the lead in the ASUN Conference. Eastern's 8-4 in conference play. There's like 3 or 4 teams sprinkled in at 9-3. So it's a really close, tight-knit
and you're
group
talking men's.
On the men's side in the ASUN Conference.
And you're saying there's 7 teams? That
are
have
one
the possible
game.
1 game away from being at the leaderboard.
There's, I think, 4 teams that are 8-4, 3 teams that are 9-3. So they're 1 game out from first place this week. Again, it makes it even more important, those 3 home games, to keep this 5-game winning streak alive as they try to continue this hot streak with A.W. Hamilton and the Colonels.
And you know what's important? The fans have to get there. The fans have to go. That's what's so important about these home games.
Well, and keep in mind, too, next Tuesday on the 18th, we'll be there once again on WBON TV for our final game of the EKU basketball season, airing on our TV station. That'll be a fun one coming up next week. I'll tell you what's fun, Samantha. One of my buddies, Chris Hoover, a professional wrestler. I'll call him that because he's got it going on now. He's with the Elite Wrestling Alliance. Saying that right? Okay, we'll talk to him when we come back. Ace Carmichael is in. We don't want to mess with him.
We're not going to arm wrestle.
He might put you in a headlock, though.
No, I'll watch and be the judge. I want to see
He would definitely take me in that. And free throw shooting, 3 jumper, he's got it all. So we'll talk to him when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service in a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
The EKU men's and women's basketball teams are both looking to stake their claim as the top team in the Atlantic Sun Conference. And WBON TV is excited to bring you live, free over-the-air coverage of Colonels basketball. Select games are set to air free over the air on WBON TV. For a complete list of those games, or to learn more about how you can watch, visit the WBON TV Facebook page or WBONTV.com. Sponsored by Chenault Vineyards, the Kentucky Public Service Commission, the City of Richmond, and Davis and Hammond PSC. Welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live here at Jack Burford Chevrolet. And Samantha, we've got, listen, I've been a wrestling fan my whole life, and I know this guy across the table from us has been a wrestling fan for his whole life as well. Ace Carmichael here with us tonight on this Monday night. And first of all, man, let's talk about Ace Carmichael, the character, how you came up with it, because you've been doing this for a while. I know you kind of took a little bit of a hiatus when the kids came along, but you're back at it now. And the character Ace Carmichael, where did that come from?
So Ace Carmichael, I originally started out as the gambler Ace Carmichael, and I thought it would be cool to have a shtick to where just all the time making these crazy wages, and they never work out. And so I had kids, I stepped back, grew as a man, and became a father. It's been 6 years. So now I'm going as all in Ace Carmichael. So pretty much everything I do, I try to just do it 1,000% and just go out there and give it all in. So.
Samantha, you know, that's my favorite. I like to play some poker. That is my favorite saying, is all in. So I can completely understand what you're saying there. So what you need to do is get you some poker chips with your Ace Carmichael on them. We can get some merchandising.
Man, I've thought of poker chips with like Ace Carmichael on them. I've thought of like trading cards, but the back of them look like playing cards.
Like the, okay,
the front looks like a sports memorabilia card.
That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's already got the merchandise ready to roll.
He's
ready.
As
you can see,
He's got his
you
shirt.
guys can buy one of these. For right now, they're $15. Just send me a message, Ace Carmichael on Facebook.
There you go.
So.
Well, talk to us about your journey, because you've taken a 6-year hiatus.
Okay.
Talk to us about why you left and then what made you come back.
Okay, so I was a wrestling fan my whole life. We would go to these small shows around Irvin, where I'm from, and I was like, hey, I think I could do that. And so got up with the guy who ran the promotion. I got into the training there. It didn't pan out. It wasn't everything I wanted it to be. So I remember the OVW, where you got people like John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, all these huge names that everybody who doesn't even watch wrestling knows who that is. And I was like, I need to go there because it's known as being the Harvard of wrestling schools. So in 2017, I signed up. I got accepted. I did the whole course. I went up there for a couple months, and then things happened. I was going to become a father, so I was like, oh, how am I going to balance this? So I stepped away. You know, I got to really good job, have to take care of my family, and I would still kind of wrestle a little bit. But then once my little girl got here, I was like, I can't be doing this stuff. Now she's 6, and I have a son who's 3, and I just decided they used to do shows at the Telford Y last year. I was like, man, I got to get back in there. So I ended up getting hooked up with some guys who had a ring to try to knock off the ring rust, and I was like, I got to go all in on this, and that's where I was like, oh, all in Ace Carmichael. And now, like this past Friday, was down in Danville at the Jenny Rogers Community Center, and we rocked it down there. So.
We got some video of your match from this weekend, and got the victory, right?
Yes, sir.
And who was we against this weekend?
This guy, his name is Ryan Ramsey. He usually wrestles out west around like Livermore and Central City. He's a real tough kid. But yeah, he was talking some smack on Facebook. So, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I had a little bit of doubt. 6 years not doing it, especially in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what if I get up there and stink it up? But yeah, it turned out great. I feel like I got the win. That's the most important thing.
Now, did you play high school, middle school wrestling or anything like that?
No.
Do they have it at those?
Do they have
We
it
don't
then?
have any type of amateur wrestling or anything like that. But like I said, growing up, I studied wrestling since I was a kid. I was all about it. So.
Well, let me say this too. I've played a lot of basketball with Ace, with Chris, and he's an athlete. And then you got to be athletic. There obviously there's bigger guys but even the bigger guys, they can still move around the ring and things like that. Yeah. So that's part of it. Yeah, but whenever so this was not your debut match. It was your welcome
this
back match.
This isn't my debut match. This is the return. This is the Tom Brady leaving New England coming to Tampa Bay. This is the start of the new career.
Okay, like the Michael Jordan coming out of retirement type thing. Yeah,
but not the 45, number 23 again.
So talk about the Elite Wrestling Alliance. So they've had this this event took place in Danville.
Yep.
You have one coming up again in March, and it's really cool because, I mean, listen, I've got kids. They love stuff like this. Me and my son watching, WWE, kind of WrestleMania's coming up, Royal Rumble just took place.
Does he jump off the couch and land on top of you?
He will. I mean, that's part of the stuff with the kids. But you guys have another big event coming up on March 22nd.
We do. March 22nd, we're going to be back in Danville, Kentucky at the Jenny Rogers Community Center. It's great family fun. I know sometimes wrestling, it's rowdy and it kind of gets, a stereotype, but you don't have to worry. It's all family friendly. Your kids will enjoy it. Your grandma will enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. Your wife will enjoy it. Whoever's coming, they'll enjoy it. But
it's about a show, right? And that's the part of it.
It's a show. It's entertainment. It is physical entertainment. I mean, you got guys that are going to come out here and run their mouth, and you're going to be like, I hope someone kicks his butt. The next guy coming out, hey, kick his butt, and we're going to cheer for you to kick his butt. And it's a beautiful thing. It's great.
So in independent wrestling, I know there's hundreds of these across the country, if not thousands, and they're all about, trying to there are some of these guys that will make it to the big league someday. Is that something that you've had in mind?
Listen, that's always been in mind. And here's the thing is whenever you pursue a dream, obviously you have a goal, and you want to hit here. Me, I'm an all-in, nothing kind of guy. So if I couldn't get to WWE making millions of dollars, what's the point?
No.
Oh, I have kids. My kids see me on the weekends as a superhero. They see Ryan Ramsey, the bad guy. He's coming out here starting stuff with the crowd. Someone needs to put him in his place. I come out here. Everyone cheers for me. I'm a real-life superhero. And it's like, not everything has to be to the top, but you can inspire people and you can get just like where you want to be to where you feel good about yourself. And that's perfect right there.
What is your favorite part about doing this?
That part. If I can inspire people to do, like, if I'm at work or something, I'm just like, hey, I want to be a professional wrestler. Nobody, like, that's crazy. What are you talking about? It's like someone said, hey, I want to be a millionaire. That's crazy. It's like you have to set a dream for yourself. And if I can inspire people, even if it's just my kids, like, you can do anything that you want to do. Go for it. You're never going to get there unless you just go do it. And what I did is I stopped doing it. Now I have kids to inspire, and hopefully everybody, even people I don't know, hopefully it inspires them. Go for it. Go do it. That's what, like, Friday night, man, I'm still on cloud nine. It's great. I love it.
Well, I was going to ask if somebody's seeing this and they are interested. I mean, like, what's the process? Because you talked about you got to get a license, you got to go through the training. It's not just, oh, I want to do that. You get in the ring and then you have your first match.
Right. That's the thing. A lot of people think, oh, wrestling, we'll get a ring and we'll put on a show. No, it does not work like that. If you are interested in being a professional wrestler, you have to, you have to be at least 18. You have to file. This is all through a commission. So some states like Tennessee, they don't have a commission. You can just show up and say, hey, I'm going to wrestle. It's typically, I mean, there are good shows, but sometimes you can go to a show and just like, it looks like two kids are wrestling. But in Kentucky, you have to get a license through the state, which requires like you have to go get a physical, you have to do a background check, things like that. And then once you get licensed, they're good for a year. You have to renew those every year. You get a license, you need to properly get trained. You get properly trained, you have to do dues like the newer guys that are in our promotion that come to our trainings, they help put the ring together. They take the ring apart. They do basically anything that's needed for the show. And then eventually, hey, somebody can't make it. There's travel issues. You got your stuff? Yeah. Okay, you're going to have your first match tonight. And
That's
then
cool.
you get going from there, and you work your way up.
Now, is there anybody name-wise that somebody watching might know? I know there's the kid from Breathitt County, I think Marty Clay. Marty Clay, yeah, he's from Breathitt County. There's some other guys that's from this area that people might know their actual name.
Not that like I can think of particularly right off my head, because like a lot of people, they like, I feel like in this area they feel like they can't pursue their dreams, so they have to go elsewhere. But that's not true. You just have to find the right place, the right mindset, people that like go with you, and then you can do whatever you want.
Then we could get a match, me and you, like one-on-one.
You think that would
in
happen?
the squared circle? I think so. I think we could take it. So you got the Elite Wrestling Alliance, the next show coming up on March 22nd. Where can folks get more information? You got your own Facebook page for Ace Carmichael?
Page, yep. You just search Ace Carmichael. When you see this beautiful face, that's it. Go ahead and send me a friend request. I'll accept anybody. And then the Elite Wrestling Alliance, EWA, they also have a Facebook page. Also, they have YouTube. So if there is a show that you can't make it to, everything's taped. We have lights, we have cameras, we got smoke machines, we got everything. We video it. They cut it up. They make it look beautiful, and it comes out on YouTube. So you can look up Elite Wrestling Alliance on Facebook and on YouTube and have everything you need.
What's your theme song? You got a theme song?
I have a theme song right now. I heard it years ago on a wrestling show. It's called All In by Downstraight, and it's like, I'm all in. That's what it basically says over and over. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
What's your finishing move?
Finishing move? I just started this new finishing move. I used it on Ryan Ramsey. If you could see the one where I kind of leapfrog over him and smash his face in the ground, that's called the pocket aces, because you don't see it coming, and it's a wrap. It's done. You
need to have a setup move called the bluff or something. There's so many terms you could use.
There's one I use. They call it the blockbuster. That's one where I was on the second rope and I flip over the dude. There's another guy who he calls it the fold. So
okay, there you go.
That's pretty good.
Okay, quick question about wrestling. Like, I know with high school and other wrestling teams, like there's a weight limit. Do you guys have that, or is it just you set
bigger
up
the better, right?
No, yeah, the bigger the better.
Well, I didn't know, talking about weight limit, like the same weight going at it.
Nope.
I'm gonna we'll send you some links to watch tonight when you get home. Study up.
In our promotion, we have a guy named Ethan Heyer, and he pretty much any room he goes to, he's the smallest guy, but he's got the biggest heart, and like he'll go up against. It doesn't matter if there's a 500-pound guy. Like, that's who I'm lined up across. That's who I'm going to get. So
okay, see,
cool.
There is no.
What about girls?
Girls, yes, we have women wrestling as well. We just had a triple threat between 3 women, and they put on a heck of a show. And yeah.
So do you all? So the shows are not live streamed. The video or the entire show is just uploaded after the fact.
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah. We have a hard camera set up, and then we have photographers and videographers walking around the ring, getting your everything. And if you like WWE, AEW, any of those shows, check them out. We do a great job. So.
Well, now, if you've been watching your entire life, obviously there was somebody that inspired you to kind of get involved in this. Who was that person?
I have 2. I've always loved Chris Jericho and The Rock.
Okay.
They're full of charisma, but they can walk the walk and they can talk the talk. So, if you can do that, you're golden.
Those are 2 guys that are really good on the mic,
and they're really good. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They can sit there and make you feel stupid. And then, I'm probably also going to get my butt kicked.
Yeah. Those two guys were really good against each other, too, on the mic. So, all right. So, March 22nd, the Elite Wrestling Alliance over in Danville. That's the next show coming up. Do y'all have more shows planned after that?
The only one that I'm aware of right now is also in Danville. April 18th, we have what is called the Rumble Royal. The Royal Rumble. It's the same thing. So, yeah, that's an event to where you just every so many minutes somebody comes in. They have X amount of wrestlers. You're going to try to throw each other over the top rope, and then there's going to be one left.
How much? Who's the world champion right now? Do you guys have one of those?
Right now, I think the world champion is a guy named Omega, and he is a dog, man. He's I wouldn't want to fight him. Right
We'll
now.
Get you there.
Let me get a little more rust off, and I might make my way up.
What do you do in between matches to recover and then get ready, prepare for the next match?
Push the kids to bed.
This is great. Yes. No. So so like where I live, I have barns and stuff. I have a full gym in the barn.
Okay.
And I have discovered a cold pod. If anyone has ever debated on getting a cold pod or ice bath, do it. It's scary, but once you start doing it, it's easy. And when I come out, I feel brand new.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
No, a lot of our football players and the runners, they all do it. They all do it. Yeah, a lot of our Central and Southern athletes, they do the ice plunges.
Yes. If anyone does any physical activity, get you an ice bath at least once a week.
How long do you stay in there?
Well, my goal at first is 30 seconds. But now I've been doing it, which I haven't done it in like a couple of weeks because it's already been so cold.
You just go outside and stand.
Yeah, my cold pod
outside.
has literally been frozen solid. But like I like to get in there for like 3 minutes.
Oh, that's a long time.
4 days. Yeah, but once you get in there, the first 30 seconds and you start controlling your breath, and then it's easy.
Would you do that, Michael?
I don't know. I would love to get in the ring, but I don't know about getting in the ice bath.
Hey, you get in the ring, you're gonna need that ice.
You know, a couple of years ago, they had a place in Lexington that you would pay and go in, and it was one of those.
The polar plunge thing.
It's like
no.
or the.
You go inside it and close the door.
Oh yeah.
Your head's sticking out.
Cryotherapy.
But I don't
whatever.
know if it's still there or not.
There's probably one here in Richmond that just.
There very well could be, and we just don't know about. That'd be a good segment.
There you go. Ace Carmichael with the Elite Wrestling Alliance. Check him out on Facebook. You can like his page, add him as a friend, like the Elite Wrestling Alliance on Facebook. And, man, before you guys get ready for that March 22nd, so let's have you guys back on. We'll help promote the show coming up in March 22nd, over in Danville. Again, for more information, you can like the Elite Wrestling Alliance on Facebook. Step aside when we come back. We got a lot more local sports coverage to get into. Do not go anywhere. We're coming right back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service in a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
The EKU men's and women's basketball teams are both looking to stake their claim as the top team in the Atlantic Sun Conference. And WBON TV is excited to bring you live, free over-the-air coverage of Colonels basketball. Select games are set to air free over the air on WBON TV. For a complete list of those games, or to learn more about how you can watch, visit the WBON TV Facebook page or WBONTV.com. Sponsored by Chenault Vineyards, the Kentucky Public Service Commission, the City of Richmond, and Davis and Hammond PSC.
At WBON TV 9, you can count on our weather team to keep you up to date with all the latest developments, watches, and warnings.
We're here for you night and day, 24/7, no matter what the weather brings.
WBON TV 9 and our media partner 100.7 The Coyote are dedicated to you. That's why we say when the weather turns extraordinary, so does our coverage.
Get your forecast each weekday during the Live at 5 newscast on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins, and Samantha, it's been a busy week last week. We've got a lot of games we're trying to get in this week, but of course, the snow that could be coming in over the night could put a big hinge on what we could be doing this week.
Men's has 4 basketball games this week.
Berea
girls, I think they have 3. Like, this is a busy week of basketball.
Well,
high
this
school
is
basketball.
usually the time where teams are trying to get more games in if they had some of them canceled, which we had the big snow, a few weeks ago.
Right.
This is kind of the time they're trying to reschedule some of those games. Now, this week, it's a busy week for us. Our current plan is tomorrow night we're going to do Model versus Berea boys. That game over at Berea. Again, with school being canceled, that could change. There's another big game at Madison Central. The Indians taking on Lexcath tomorrow night as well. So
that's a big game.
We'll try if the Berea Model game,
it is.
And if the Berea Model game gets canceled, we'll switch over. And if the Central Lexcath game does take place, we'll switch over and do that one.
Yeah.
Thursday
Follow
night
us on Facebook, and you'll know.
There you go.
We'll keep you posted.
Thursday night, we have got a doubleheader planned at Model. The boys are taking on Owsley County. The girls are playing Jackson City. It'll be senior night, so our plan is to be there on Thursday night for that doubleheader. And it is Valentine's Day on Friday. Dunbar comes in to play the Madison Central girls and boys. We're trying to get that worked out to do those games on Friday night as well. But it's a busy week.
I didn't make any Valentine's plans just because I figured it's Friday night. We have high school basketball.
You didn't make any plans, or John
One
did?
of our teams. Well, he asked me what I wanted to do, and
you told him to go watch high school
I
basketball.
said I'm probably going to be working.
Yeah. Well, it's a busy week, and we've got some big ones next week as well. We'll have a game. So the show next Monday will actually take place at Madison Central High School. The boys have a game next Monday night. So we'll have the show at Madison Central and then the game to follow, and then we'll wrap things up next week. Madison Southern girls and Estill County, I believe, are playing.
The season
we'll do that one. It is the districts.
Over.
Let's talk about that real
draw.
quick. Yeah, the tournament draw.
You know, you guys talked about it before the game the other night.
Yeah.
And, we are the only district in the state doing this type of draw.
So there are 2 districts that don't seed.
Right.
We're one of them. We do a blind draw. The other one is the 54th district, which is up in the 14th region, the area that I played in. It's Perry County Central, Hazard, Buckhorn, and Leslie County. They actually seed on the Cantrell rating. So they don't do a draw. The highest rating team, according to the Cantrell ratings, is who gets the number 1 seed there.
So this is one of the 3rd time that you've got the 2 biggest schools,
in 18
Madison
years.
Central and Madison Southern, going up against each other in the opening round.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's not fair.
Well,
one of those teams is usually our district winner.
And here's the thing, too, and I understand it from both sides.
I do, too.
I played at a small school like a Berea and a Model, so I understand why they want to continue with the draw. I also understand it from the Madison Southern, Madison Central perspective, as we are always the number 1, number 2 team, so we should have the chance to show
that and make it to region.
What I will say to that is, okay, you got to beat each other eventually anyway. I mean, even if it's a championship game. So, and Berea this year, when they played Southern, that game was down to the wire. So that game could be very interesting. Now, the girls' game was supposed to take place last week. We didn't get that one in. But I think tomorrow, if the
they
Berea,
canceled it, right?
Because of sickness.
That's
if
right.
the Berea model game does take place tomorrow night, that will give us a good idea on how tight that game can be.
Right.
And we saw Southern, they were right there with Madison Central in late December in a game that came down to the wire. So I feel like this year it's kind of a moot point because the district, Central's, I think, is the best team, but Southern hung right there with them. Berea hung with Southern. If Model hangs with Berea tomorrow, they're all kind of right there together. Yeah. I think Central has the potential to, if they get hot, win the 11th region, whereas the other three teams, I'm not sure they've got enough firepower. But on any given day, I think Model could give Central a game potentially. They've got some size and some shooters. Berea has got some weapons that if they're all clicking, they can beat anybody. So it's all about the matchup. But it is very interesting. The two big county schools, they will play on Monday night. Yeah. The girls will play at 6. The boys will play at 8 o'clock. That's on the 24th of February.
I thought it was 7:45.
7:45, 8 o'clock. By the time they tip off, it'll be close to 8. That's on Monday, February 24th. On the 25th, it'll be Model Berea. The girls play first at 6, the boys to follow, and then the championships on Friday night.
Right. Now, I won't be here because I'll be gone then.
That doesn't surprise me.
I will be gone.
It's always a fun week. And then the 11th region tournament follows that. So it's just, we're there. We're right here. Postseason time is upon us.
And I really can't believe it. And right now, knock on wood, a lot of our teams are no major injuries involved. So they're all clicking right now. They're all playing some of their best basketball and, for the most part, injury-free. That's
the key.
what you can ask for, right?
And Southern just hit a game-winning shot. Hadley French starting to look like Hadley French again.
Yes.
They're a dangerous team.
Like
they
2
are
seconds
a team
left in the game.
Yeah, against Pineville on Saturday, I think. So that's a team that you do not want to face right now because they're starting to figure out how to play together with Hadley French back in the fold. The Hensley girls fully healthy, so they're a dangerous out when that 11th region tournament comes around. And that first-round matchup with Madison Central now becomes even more important because the winner will get to host a first-round 11th region tournament game, which is a big deal. And you're most likely going to be the favorite going into the district championship game that Friday.
And these games will be held at Baptist Health Arena, which, a lot of people may have had questions about that. But now that it's open and the remodeling will begin again, after basketball season.
The 11th region tournament will be at Dunbar, but the district tournament will be at EKU.
EKU, right. So that's exciting.
A lot of fun.
It'll be
a lot of fun.
They all get to sleep in their own beds.
Yes, exactly.
It's better.
Well, it's a lot of fun watching these three guys who had a great senior season for the Madison Central football team. All three of them signed to play college football last week. We're going to bring them on when we come back. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got Bryant Mathis, Nate Ogle, and Sam Farmer joining the show when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
The EKU men's and women's basketball teams are both looking to stake their claim as the top team in the Atlantic Sun Conference. And WBON TV is excited to bring you live, free over-the-air coverage of Colonels basketball. Select games are set to air free over the air on WBON TV. For a complete list of those games, or to learn more about how you can watch, visit the WBON TV Facebook page or WBONTV.com. Sponsored by Chenault Vineyards, the Kentucky Public Service Commission, the City of Richmond, and Davis and Hammond PSC.
At WBON TV 9, you can count on our weather team to keep you up to date with all the latest developments, watches, and warnings.
We're here for you night and day, 24/7, no matter what the weather brings.
WBON TV 9 and our media partner 100.7 The Coyote are dedicated to you. That's why we say when the weather turns extraordinary, so does our coverage.
Get your forecast each weekday during the Live at 5 newscast on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here.
Welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show here to wrap things up with some football players from the Madison Central football team. 3 of the star players from this past year. Got Brian Mathis, running back / safety, corner. We've got Sam Farmer, linebacker, and Nate Ogle, tight end, defense as well. Guys, welcome into the show. Glad to have you along. And last week, big week for you guys. You put the pen to paper to play college football at the next level. Brian going to be playing at Eastern Kentucky. Sam going to Findlay College. And Nate's going to Georgetown College. Guys, congratulations. And first of all, really congratulations on a great senior year. I mean, some of the things that you guys did, I think taking the state by surprise, had a great regular season, even though the district games didn't go the way you wanted to, but you finished out strong, had a great postseason run. And Samantha, it was a lot of fun being a part of that.
It was fun being a part of it because, the season before, you got a new coach,
Yeah.
new learning curve. And so this season, I feel like you guys as seniors really had a good learning curve to you from the year before to this year. What made this season so special? Who wants to? Nate, you started off.
What I think made this season so special was just like the guys being around us. We had a lot of seniors together that stuck around through all the 4 years. I think having that senior leadership amongst all of our guys really brought the underclassmen up to be as a team throughout the entire season.
Sam, when you look back, obviously you were hurt your junior year.
Yes.
Talk about the conditioning and everything for you to kind of get back and have a huge impact your senior season.
It took a lot of conditioning and physical therapy, and it was a long process.
What was the injury you had?
I had a fracture in my lumbar.
That sounds very painful.
Yeah, my lower spine. But I worked through that and got healed up, and came springtime, late spring. We started practicing as a team and doing early morning lifts and all that. And I'll just say our senior class, I feel like we really worked hard and competed and, just worked as a team. And I think we had a lot of good leadership that helped us with our wins through the season.
Brian, the quarterback position's always the thing that people look at. And you guys had a young guy back there. And I know you were a big part of kind of help bringing him along and talking to Carson a lot. You guys had a good relationship in the backfield. Talk about that and some of the conversations that you had with him where you knew, okay, this kid can really do it.
He's a natural leader. He's a good wrestler, so he's used to being in the big moments, having to win the one-on-ones, and he came good. Running our offense, he has to make a lot of reads, kind of be in the leadership role and lead us. So he did go with that. I'd always kind of help him if he gets a little too worked up, try to calm him down, stuff like that.
He was very passionate. There was
He
a
is,
few
yes.
times
Yeah.
that I remember he would
Well-
come off the field and be just distraught
Animated,
and
yeah,
animated
yeah.
because he was like, something didn't go his way, the way he had planned it. And so how did you handle that, just talking him through it?
Yeah, just being a senior, you know, kind of been through all the highs and lows, so it's kind of helping through it, not to get stuck on that one play he missed, that one read he missed, but work on the next one, the next play, next down, stuff like that.
All right, y'all remember the play, the touchdown at the end of the game. Can't remember who it was.
Pulaski.
That's
Yeah,
it.
to Jeff
Yep.
Hairston.
Where he
Yep.
threw it up, and he didn't even. I remember his.
Yeah, he was
him
on the
saying
ground.
He was on the ground. He didn't even know. He heard the crowd screaming and yelling. That's how he knew he caught it.
Yeah.
And so, talk to us about that game, because for us as fans and the media, we loved it.
Yeah, that was an insane game. I mean, it was back and forth the whole entire time. It was a dogfight, but you know, it was huge for Carson. I mean, as a sophomore stepping up with 30 seconds left on the clock for the game-winning drive and just launching up there for another sophomore, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jump up and catch that ball.
That was his first catch of the season, too, right? That one
Yeah, I'm
particular
pretty sure.
catch.
I think so.
Win the game, yeah.
Yeah, because I
that was
remember
awesome.
talking to Carson, because that was the same weekend as the Millstone Festival. I talked to Carson the next day at the festival, and he said, I think that might have even Jeff's first target of the entire season, and of course, it's the game winner. There were a lot of plays like that, though. I mean, you had the game against Douglas where you had a couple of big runs, and you had the touchdown called back from Sean Reese, I believe it was. But what was the game where you broke off two long runs at home? Was that the Pulaski County game?
I think that was the Pulaski.
Yeah, because there was a couple of you just. I'll never forget the play where you stuck your hand in the ground. You were getting ready to go down. You kept yourself
Yeah,
up.
you kept yourself
and then went
up.
for like 60 yards for a touchdown. But there were so many plays like that. And to me, being up in the booth in the Bryan Station game, when they called the timeout, I'm like, what are we going to do? We're going to punt here on fourth down. No, we're going to throw it for the first time all game long. So for you guys, let me ask each one of you, what was going through your mind? Nate, we'll start with you. When Coach calls that play and you're like, oh, okay, we're doing that. So what was going through your mind when he called that pass play?
Well, I mean, like I said, heat of the moment, kind of, you know, what decision do you go off of? You know, we'd established the run game really early on. So, you know, I thought best option, just run the ball, see where it goes.
It was what, 4th and 4-ish, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
it
not
was
very much to go on. And he looked at kind of Cody, and I think Cody knew, and he's looking, he's like, you know, we trust you, put the ball in your hands. And so, I mean, him and Carson have had a good relationship all season. And so I think it came down to that. Both of them just connected.
Sam, for you, I mean, you being over there on the sidelines, you know, being the part of that huddle, and then you're saying, like, we're throwing it. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a risky play. I was, I mean, I supported it. I figured we'd just run it, you know, because I mean that's what we're known for all season. But I mean, I know Cody. I've been around Cody my whole life. Played sports with him. I know whenever ball's thrown to him, he's coming down with it, and it was an awesome play.
But in your minds, aren't you guys going, oh my gosh?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe we're
haven't
running this
thrown it all
play.
game long.
We haven't thrown the game.
Brian,
ball.
if they hand it off, it's probably coming to you. So, you know, for you to be like, okay, I'm gonna let my teammate take this play. What was that like for
That's
you?
because the whole game they were all over him.
Yeah.
So
I trusted Coach Blair, knowing he'd make the right call in the right moment. So it just kind of trusted him, trusted Carson. I knew if the ball was thrown to Cody, most likely he's coming down with it. So I just had faith in my team, knew we were in a good spot there with the play.
now you threw a touchdown this year too.
That was against
Yeah,
Bryan
right?
Station the
right.
first
Yeah.
time,
To
right?
Nate.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that, because that was a fun, exciting play. We
was
were
that
all
your
like,
first
"Woo!"
career ever touchdown pass?
Yeah,
Going in middle
for
school?
high school, yeah.
Okay.
And that was the play, it was the Wildcat play. I'd kind of act like I'm running it to the left. And originally I had planned on running it to the left because slick, I think it was kind of raining, so the ball was slick. In my mind, I'm taking it, but running, nothing's there. Look up, Nathan's in the end zone, just throw it to him, and he caught it.
Now, was that an option, or was that just something that you kind of did on the fly?
No, it was a
Okay.
called pass. I could pass it or run it, but yeah, I passed it and it worked out.
So you're going to Eastern, Sam's going to Findlay, and then Nate's going to Georgetown. Let's start with you, Nate, again. Georgetown College. So what was your recruiting process like? When did they come into the picture, and what made you choose to go to Georgetown?
Yeah, so Coach Dan Schroeder, he's the guy, my recruiting coordinator for the area. He really was in contact with me earlier in the season when like camps were going on and stuff, and kind of putting that picture in my mind. You know, Georgetown could possibly be a home for you. Just kind of seeing where the season goes. I went on a game day visit, another visit, and I think after that second visit, I kind of went up with my family, and I think I just kind of fell in love with it there. Like it really felt like a home. They got a great program going on there right now, which is very it attracted me to it. But other than that, I got some old friends that go there, so it kind
of. Is Nate Story still there?
No.
Is he graduated?
Yeah, he's graduated, so
Okay.
he's a guy I talked to a lot about it there as well, and that kind of helped me make the decision for that.
So when did the conversations with them? What position did they have one in mind for you? I know you played a couple of different ones at the high school level.
Yeah, I guess he was saying that he had kind of argued with the defensive coach. Want me at defensive end, tight end, and right now I'm going there for tight end.
Okay, good deal. Same for you, Finley. I mean, obviously your junior year is usually the year people start to notice you a little bit. You didn't get to play. So what was it like whenever they kind of came in and started talking to you and that process of going there?
Tell everybody where it is, because a lot of people are unfamiliar with this school.
Yeah, it's in Findlay, Ohio. So it's very northern Ohio. It's about an hour from Michigan. So
oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay, so you are up there a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty far up there, about 4-hour drive. But yeah, their defensive coordinator, Coach Rebholz, started texting me about halfway through my senior year, maybe a little bit later in that. But their whole coaching staff showed a lot of love to me, and continued to check up with me on that. And then I went up for an official visit, and I had been on a few visits at the time, and I was still weighing out my options and just trying to find what that deciding factor was for me. And whenever I went up there on that visit, I felt like a family up there. It felt like it was really community, and the town itself kind of reminded me a little bit of Richmond.
Okay.
So I mean, it was a cool little city, and the coaches were awesome to me, and I met some of the players and got to check out all the facilities and stuff, and it felt like home to me.
So for your position, I mean, linebacker, I'm assuming there too.
Well. Yeah, I played linebacker all through high school, but they recruited me as an edge rusher.
Okay, yeah,
so I'll be playing like a stand-up DN.
Okay.
So whenever I go up there, that's what I'll be playing. Have to move down to the D line a little bit, but still be able to drop back into pass coverage.
Have they asked you to kind of maybe bulk up some, shed some? What's the ideal weight that they want you to kind of get to as you get in there?
Yeah, they want me to get a little bit up in weight, but I mean not too much because I'm still gonna have to be able to be fast off the edge and be able to drop back into coverage. But I mean a good weight would be around 230, get around there, and with the meal plans and the weight training that'll be on, I think it'll be pretty easy to achieve.
The speed goes, Samantha. It does leave the body when you start getting the dad bod. So take care of yourself there. Yeah. Bryant, obviously we got to stay home right here in Richmond, play for EKU, and I running back, defensive back. Have they kind of talked to you about what you're going to be doing there?
Yeah, probably more like slot receiver, just kind of that position, that role. Yeah, I'm excited. I've grown up around here.
Yeah,
always kind of grown up in this town. It's always felt like home, and started talking to Coach Day junior year, and he's just a great dude. We always connected, had good conversations. Coach Wells, always liked them. The Colonel family felt like home for me, so it felt like the best decision for me.
And I feel like Coach Day is very energetic. Like I feel like he's just kind of always upbeat. Got kind of got some good vibes going. So were those conversations with him? Did they seem like that?
They did. Yes, he's very energetic, likes to talk. So we got along, liked to talk a lot. It's just worked out for the best.
Well, we've always enjoyed having Coach Wells. He's been on our show numerous times. And, and then we get to know all the players. So we're looking forward to hopefully getting you in here this summer, with some of the players. Now, National Signing Day, they showed everybody on their social media. Have you met some of the players already?
Yes, I went on my official visit, I think it was 2 weeks ago, kind of bonding with some of the other recruits coming in. I think it was me and 6 other recruits, freshmen coming in. So we kind of all got along, and they're going to be like family. I already talked to some of the players, reaching out, stuff like that, and we already have some good relationships.
Now, I know here in the county, I think Ethan Moore and Preston Williams, they both signed here recently as well. I know it's their rivalry, but do you guys have any type of relationship with those guys at all? Do you talk to them any about where they're going? Were there any conversations about trying to maybe link up together and go somewhere together?
Not really. No.
Okay.
Well, I think they're all going to Indianapolis.
Yeah, I know. I think Preston's going up there too. And Ethan, I mean, he had the PWO at Kentucky, but I don't know where he ended up signing, putting the pen to paper to. But when we bring you guys on, Madison Central football, they're losing a lot. I mean, Cody's leaving too. He's graduating. Jackson's graduating. I saw he had gotten some people were starting to look at him a little bit. Your senior class was very special because there was a loaded group of core players that you guys had. What was it like? Talk about, the talent was there. Obviously, you kind of were just missing that one position. Carson came in and kind of filled that for you. But for your class, what was it like kind of going through, being a part of, some really good teams when you were younger, having that junior year where you kind of took a big step back to how you guys finished up?
COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys started with COVID,
So what was it like going through all 4
different.
years and having a real roller coaster ride of a career?
Yeah, so I think even coming in freshman year, having, like I said, a lot of head coach, two head coaches, Holcomb, I think gave us kind of a taste of what a program should look like. And, seeing guys with really good talent, Mal and all of them, you really get an idea for how, man, this is how a program should be ran. When those guys leave, you need other people to step up and take the place. And I knew that the guys that I've been around, even through middle school, we all stuck together. And I knew that seeing them, we'll build off that leadership and just pursue that and show the other guys by the time we leave, they can keeping that standard there at our school. And I think we've done more than a tremendous job at doing that.
And you mentioned Coach Holcomb. He still comes to the games. He's still rooting you guys on. I think he knows all of you very well. So he is paying attention. And I can only imagine how proud he is right now. So.
Yeah, Sam, talk about that the 4 years there and just, how it went from being some of the highs to some of the lows and what it was like trying to come this senior year and exceed the expectations that you all did.
We I feel like, all the senior class, we always had a close relationship, just from freshman year, and then a lot of us from middle school and elementary school, we always had a close relationship, always like practicing together and, lifting on the field. But, we'd hang out all the time, like after practice or just on the weekends, we were always together and hanging out. So it kind of translated to the field, and, at practice, we always were competing, and, just wanted to make each other better and, always set a good example for the younger kids. I felt like we did a great job at being leaders and just kind of helping everyone, stay like dialed in at practice and just always making each other better.
Brad, what gives you confidence that the next group of seniors that you all leave behind can keep this thing going from what you all built this past year?
I felt like we really set the standard, like gave them examples of how to lead the team, what to do, stuff like that. And they have a good core group coming in. I feel like they're all close, the class under us. So I think they're going to be a good senior class. They've been through a lot too, like we did. So I think it's helped them, it's tested them, and I think they'll be good. I'm confident they will be.
You know who's coming in? Well, I mean, he's there, but Wiley Mathis. I mean, come on.
He is.
We got
He
the
carried the
brother
tradition
coming in.
along,
He's going to
yeah.
carry that tradition
Well, he
along.
just had surgery
Just
too,
had
right? What was it?
surgery.
Yeah,
Labrum?
Labrum. He had to get repaired.
Okay, was it y'all
And
wrestling
he was at
home
the
and you
signing. He had his surgery
Hey,
and
the
then
same
was at the
day,
signing.
the same day.
Same day. He had surgery
give
that
us a
morning.
name. Give us a name that folks next year should be
On the
watching
lookout.
out for. I mean, we know about Carson, but is there somebody young that maybe didn't get some PT because you guys took the position that you think, okay, next year could be their year to step up and have a big season?
Yeah, I'm going to say Davion DeBruce.
Yeah.
He's also a running back, kind of played my position. I played with him since league ball, kind of middle school, played against him, but kind of grown up with him as well. We've always been close, and he's a good player, and he's really coming along. I think he'll have a really big year this year.
Tell me, anybody come to mind for you?
I would have to say Derek McElwee.
Oh, yeah.
Always playing with him at
Moose.
linebacker. Yeah, Moose. We were always, training together because we really just played defense. So even on offensive days, me and him and Coach Chapman or Coach Minner would be down there working through our linebacker stuff. And I think he's going to have a breakout season.
Yeah, one.
William Thurman. He's
Okay.
he was kind of down there with me on the D line. Even for his, being his size, not we had to throw some guys down there to
Yeah.
do the job. He's an explosive.
He
kid.
made some. I think it
Yeah.
was Tate's Creek. He made some big plays in that post. There was one of the postseason games. I feel like he made. It might have been Bryan Station.
Yeah.
Where he made some big plays in the backfield, and yeah, those are names that we heard a little bit of, and I think those guys will have to step up, obviously, in your guys' absence. Samantha, you got anything else before we let them go?
No, I'm just
Don't
super
cry now.
excited.
Don't
I
cry.
know. We've watched you guys play for a very long time and feel like you guys have just started out strong and still remain strong. When you guys have to report? Right after school?
Mine probably won't be till maybe like first week, maybe before August, barely kind of deal.
So August. But there'll probably be some type of summer camp,
yeah,
some type
something
of
like that.
reporting in, Sam?
I'm not 100% for sure on that. I'd say sometime around middle of the summer or before summer camp, I'd say, something like that.
Bryant?
I know I have to report like the weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and then our first like workout practice will be right after Memorial Day.
And a lot of these teams have spring games, so
Yeah,
they
they're
want
coming
you
up.
guys to come to the spring
Eastern's in
games.
April, I believe.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
April 25th, 26th, something like
Yeah.
that. So they
Well,
probably
guys-
want you up there, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming over tonight. Thank you all for letting us be a part of an incredible senior season for you
Yes.
guys and being there for the signing as well. I know that
it's been a fun year.
It has been. And listen, we're not done yet. We got some big basketball games coming up this week too, folks. So be sure to pay attention to those. Baseball is right around the corner. We will just keep trucking along with covering your local sports. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us here on a cold Monday night. Get ready for the snow that's coming our way. Stay safe out there this week, and we'll see you next time on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.